Sean could not wrestle. Imagine not being able to wrestle in camp and you got to go face Merab.
Who's going to get you on the ground?
He's a animal. That guy's superhuman. There's no one like him. The cardio that guy has is off the charts. It's just off the charts. I've never seen anything like it. He doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
And he's full gas, no breaks, the entire fight. It's just smothering. Yeah, the Merab rematch with Sugar Sean. That's an interesting fight. Very interesting fight. I do not know how Sugar Sean keeps that guy off of him, but I do like what he's been doing. Got off social media, stopped smoking, just dialed in. Got his hip fixed, which was a big problem.
Joe Rogan has just shared his shocking prediction on the upcoming rematch between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili. However, Merab Dvalishvili recently suffered a broken toe during training, an injury that has temporarily slowed down his preparation. Despite the setback, Merab remains focused and determined to recover quickly, knowing the importance of staying in peak condition for his upcoming fight. While the injury may affect some aspects of his training routine, he's committed to adapting his regimen to maintain his conditioning and come back stronger. Fans and his team are hopeful that the injury won't have a lasting impact on his performance when he steps back into the octagon.
Why you break my toe, my friend?
That was you. You kicked me in the head, broke your toe. That's your fault.
I'm gonna cut it off. It happened today? This guy broke, yeah. This guy was witness. That's good.
Moreover, Suga mentioned that this is the first time he has been able to train in the bigger cage at the new gym. In the previous camp, they had a cage set up in his warehouse during the summer, but without air conditioning, and they did not really spar in it. This time, he is fully using the bigger cage and believes it will help his preparation. He compared it to practicing basketball on a full court instead of a half court, saying it feels more realistic. He thinks training in the larger cage will provide clear benefits for the upcoming fight.
How much has training in the bigger cage in the new gym helped you prepare for the rematch? Does it help you visualize things better fighting in the same cage as the big show?
This is the first time we really getting to utilize it. Last camp we had it in my warehouse. It was summer, didn't have AC, couldn't really, I don't think we even sparred in it. This is the first time we really used it. So we'll see. Well, I feel like it's gonna help though. I feel like it's definitely, it's a, you know, more realistic look. It's like playing,
Fucking moving good.
yeah, like it's like practicing on a full court basketball court and then playing on a full court instead of practicing on a half court and then playing full court. So I definitely think there'll be benefits to it.
Good analogy.
However, Joe Rogan talked about the rematch between Merab and Sean as a very interesting fight. He wondered how Sean would be able to keep Merab off of him, considering Merab's pressure and relentless pace. But he also gave Sean credit for making serious changes. Sean got off social media, stopped smoking, and fully focused on training. He also had his hip fixed, which had been a big problem for him in the past. Rogan liked the new mindset and dedication Sean was showing going into the rematch.
Yeah, the Merab rematch with Sugar Sean. That's an interesting fight. Very interesting fight. I do not know how Sugar Sean keeps that guy off of him, but I do like what he's been doing. Got off social media, stopped smoking, just dialed in. Got his hip fixed, which was a big problem.
Rogan also pointed out that even elite grapplers like Umar Nurmagomedov struggled to deal with Merab's pressure. He called Merab crazy in the best way, highlighting how rare it is to see someone fight at full pace without slowing down. His ability to constantly smother and overwhelm opponents makes him a nightmare matchup, especially for someone like Sean who needs space to strike and may not have had a full wrestling camp.
Sean could not wrestle. Imagine not being able to wrestle in camp and you got to go face Merab.
Who's going to get you on the ground?
He's a animal. That guy's superhuman. There's no one like him. The cardio that guy has is off the charts. It's just off the charts. I've never seen anything like it. He doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
And he's full gas, no breaks, the entire fight. It's just smothering, overwhelming people. Even Nurmagomedov, who's also an animal, he couldn't keep him off of him.
I know.
This mother crazy.
Michael Bisping noted that while Merab Dvalishvili's relentless style posed serious challenges for Sean O'Malley in their previous matchup, O'Malley still has a real shot at victory provided he brings his A game. Bisping highlighted a key moment late in the fight when O'Malley managed to hurt Dvalishvili, which likely boosted O'Malley's confidence by showing that even someone as durable as Merab can be vulnerable. He pointed out that O'Malley has the skill set, reach advantage, and knockout power to land fight-changing strikes. Bisping also praised O'Malley's work ethic, describing him as a proud and committed athlete who approaches training with full intensity and will be thoroughly prepared for their next encounter.
And I'm telling you right now, Sugar Sean O'Malley is going to have to show up in this one. Yes, of course he showed up in the first fight, but Merab's style was just too much. But think about it like this. This is favouring Merab Dvalishvili. I'm not saying that Sean O'Malley can't come out. I'm not saying that he can't knock him out and get the belt back. If you speak to Merab, which I have done, he said in that last round, Sean O'Malley cracked him and had him hurt. It was very honest of Merab Dvalishvili to say that. That's going to give Sean a lot of confidence. He's going to know, listen, he's only a human being. He can be hurt, and I have the power to do that. He also has the skill, the style, the reach, the range, and just the finesse to be able to land those kind of blows. And we know that Sugar Sean O'Malley is a very proud man. He takes his sport very seriously. He is dedicated to his craft. So he's going to be leaving no stone unturned, all that cliched stuff.
Kamaru Usman commented that, from an outsider's perspective, he would have given the win to either Sean O'Malley or Petr Yan, as he felt both fighters were deserving. At the same time, he acknowledged there could be factors behind the scenes, things the UFC is aware of, but that fans and the general public might not see.
Be real. Do you feel like O'Malley deserves a rematch against Merab Dvalishvili? After getting 50-45, or would you rather give it to Sandhagen?
I'm gonna be honest. Personally, from the outside looking in, I would have given a fight to Sandhagen or Petr Yan. Either one of those guys, I would have given a fight to. But I don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Maybe there's something that the UFC knows that we didn't know.
However, Joe Rogan shared the story about Merab Dvalishvili's unmatched work ethic. He said that the day after Merab won the world title, Daniel Cormier went to his house to congratulate him, but Merab wasn't home. Instead, he was already out running. DC recorded a video showing Merab's gym in his garage, which Joe described as pretty impressive. What shocked him most was that Merab had just become champion, yet was back training the very next day. Joe called him a freaking animal, amazed by his relentless drive and dedication.
And then when DC went to visit him on Sunday, the day after the fight, he was out running.
What?
Yep. DC went to his house to congratulate him, and he's like, and DC made a video of it because he showed a video of Merab's gym. He's got this gym in his garage, pretty dope. And he's like, this motherfucker out running. He just won the world title. And the next day he's running. He's an animal, man. He's a animal.
Joe Rogan described just how wild and impressive Merab Dvalishvili is to watch. He recalled a moment where Merab had Henry Cejudo, an Olympic gold medalist and former two-division UFC champion, lifted over his shoulders, casually walking him over to Mark Zuckerberg while smiling and talking. Rogan emphasized how insane it is that Merab was carrying someone of Cejudo's caliber as if he were a child on a playground, showing not just strength but total control. It was another example of Merab's freakish athleticism and energy.
That guy does not get tired. He's wild to watch. You see him with Henry Cejudo. He's got Henry Cejudo picked up over his shoulders, and he's talking, and he walks him over towards Mark Zuckerberg. It's Henry Cejudo. That's an Olympic gold medalist, and you're carrying him around like he's a kid on a schoolyard. Up. You have to understand how crazy it is that he's carrying around that guy on his back. Two-division UFC champion. He won the flyweight belt and he won the bantamweight belt. And Merab is literally toying with him. He's smiling and carrying him.
Sean O'Malley shared that this training camp has been noticeably different and he's feeling confident about the changes. He's excited to step into the cage and handle business, believing that the personal adjustments he's made will positively impact his performance. O'Malley emphasized that the small sacrifices and lifestyle changes he's committed to lately will make a meaningful difference in his upcoming fight.
Last camp we had some going on. I don't want to sit here and make excuses. We had a great camp. We showed up. I was in shape. We did what we could with what we were able to do. This camp it's already been a lot different and feeling good. So super excited to be able to go out there, take care of business. I feel like a lot of things I've made change-wise in my life are going to attribute to my performance.
One of the most significant changes Sean O'Malley has made is stepping away from social media. At the start of 2025, he decided to hand over control of his accounts to Garrett and Sono, removing himself from the constant distractions. Even though it's only been a few months, he already feels the shift has improved his life, and he's confident that this decision will enhance his focus and performance in the fights ahead.
For example, not being on social media. I decided 2025, I'm done with social media. You know, Garrett and Sono are just running all my socials. I don't get on social media, and I feel like that's changed my life. It's only been, you know, January, February, March. It's been 3 months, but I literally feel like it's changed my life. And I feel like that's gonna play a role in my performance. I think all those little things like that, making decisions like that, sacrifices, if you will. I don't think it's a sacrifice, but in a sense, it's like giving up something. I feel like that is going to help with performing in the future.
Sean O'Malley recently shared a video on social media, offering fans a behind-the-scenes look at his intense training regimen. The footage highlighted his sharp striking abilities, showcasing his trademark footwork, precision, and fluid combinations, all while maintaining impressive speed and power. Alongside the physical display, O'Malley spoke about his mindset, stressing the importance of continuous evolution and staying sharp in every area of his game. His dedication to improvement was clear, further underscoring his determination to enter his upcoming fight in peak form. The video generated a wave of excitement among fans, who are eagerly anticipating his next performance. Even before the rematch was officially announced, Merab Dvalishvili had already told fans that a second fight with Sean O'Malley was on the way. Confident in the outcome, Merab issued a warning to O'Malley, vowing that he would finish him again when they stepped into the cage.
And in the red corner,
we got the champ in the house.
White Skull.
So is the rematch with you and Sugar Sean, is that definitely happening? It's happening. You know when? In like July or? It's gonna happen. And how do you see the fight playing out? Like, are you gonna finish him, or you gonna finish him this time? Are you the man, champ?
Merab Dvalishvili admitted that preparing for the rematch feels a bit different compared to his usual mindset. He said that before, he was focused on taking things step by step each new fight and opponent presenting a fresh challenge. However, with this rematch, he finds it a little harder to stay motivated since he's facing the same opponent again. Still, he recognizes that Sean O'Malley will be more dangerous this time around, which pushes him to stay sharp.
When you go into a fight that you win and then you rematch, there has to be some difficulty in figuring out what you can change or what you can fix or what adjustments you have to make. How do you do that while still being as successful as you are? You beat Sean, then you beat the boogeyman in the division in Umar. How do you keep your mindset focused on growing when what you're doing is already working?
Yeah, before I was just focused for step by step, you know, every next fight, every next opponent, new challenge. Like I said, this rematch is a little bit weird because I'm not like, it's hard to motivate myself, you know, I'm fighting same guy, but I know this guy will be more dangerous now.
Before the rematch was officially announced, Tom Aspinall shared his thoughts on both fighters. He acknowledged that while Sean O'Malley might come off as cocky due to his flashy presence on social media and YouTube, he sees Sean as a grounded individual who puts in serious work behind the scenes. As for Merab Dvalishvili, Tom admitted he wasn't exactly sure what's going on with him personally, but he had nothing but praise for Merab's incredible cardio and conditioning, calling it unlike anything he's ever witnessed. He highlighted Merab's relentless pace and constant pressure in his last fight, describing it as truly exceptional.
You know what, Sean? I think he has the persona of like a cocky guy, but I don't think he's really like that. Like, he's really flamboyant on social media, on YouTube and all the rest of it, but I think that Sean is like a grounded guy who works hard. For me, Merab is like, I don't know what's going on with him because his cardio and conditioning is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like it.
His last fight was like one of the best fights I've ever seen.
Yeah, because he just goes and goes and goes. Like, he will not stop going at somebody. I've never seen anything like that guy. He's unbelievable.
Daniel Cormier advised that if Sean O'Malley wants to avoid repeating past mistakes, he needs to fully commit to a wrestling-focused training environment. While Cormier acknowledged O'Malley's knockout power as a constant threat, he stressed that developing stronger wrestling fundamentals is essential to avoid future setbacks. His guidance was rooted in the belief that a more well-rounded skill set will better equip Sean to handle the challenges he'll face inside the octagon.
To truth, and I'm not saying he's gonna lose, he can still knock him out. But I thought for him to make sure that that doesn't happen again, he would need to get into a full wrestling environment to try to work on those skills in between the takedown attempts.
Ariel Helwani believes that the rematch between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili is the biggest possible fight in their division right now. He argued that despite Sean not having fought recently, his status as a former champion with a strong resume makes him deserving of another shot. Ariel pointed out that it's not uncommon for ex-champions to receive immediate rematches, especially when there are no clear contenders, something he sees as the case here. He also highlighted that Merab, the current champion, isn't opposed to the rematch and even called for it following his last title defense. In Ariel's view, this matchup is a win for both the sport and the fans, especially for the region set to host the fight.
It's the biggest fight that you can make in that division, and it's not far-fetched. It's not like you're saying, oh, the biggest name is ranked 11 and we need, like, he's the former champ who hasn't fought since, who had a nice run as champion, and yes, you know, sometimes people don't defend the belt once and they get an immediate rematch. Like, there's weird rules for different people, and I would understand if people are upset if someone was getting wronged. Present to me the person who's being wronged by this title fight happening. And to Rick's point, the champion wants to fight. He is not upset about it. He's the one who asked for it last time. In his last defense, in his first defense, he said, let's run it back right away. So, look, I think it's great. I think it's great for this area.
Lucas Tracy predicted that the rematch between Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley will unfold much like their first fight. He expects Merab to connect with some solid strikes, especially considering Merab's claims of improving his stand-up game. However, Lucas doubts Merab will fully commit to a striking-heavy approach, as his coaches will probably advise against taking too many risks. Still, he acknowledges that Merab's striking has gotten better and that he could catch O'Malley off guard with some effective punches. Despite this, Lucas feels the fight lacks the hype and excitement that might have been expected.
Who do I think is going to win this? I think that we'll probably see the exact same fight, the exact same one, and I actually think Merab's going to be cracking O'Malley. You know, he told O'Malley in their face-to-face on like O'Malley's vlog about a couple weeks ago that he's improving his striking, that he'll want to strike with him, and I don't think he'll actually do that. I don't think his coaches will let him do that, but I actually think that Merab's stand-up is getting a little bit better. We saw how he did okay against Umar, who's a much worse striker than O'Malley, but still not much worse. He's just worse than O'Malley. Maybe Merab will crack O'Malley and get some respect on the feet as well, but there's just zero hype to this.
Lucas highlights a noticeable lack of excitement among fans regarding this matchup. He believes that interest is mostly limited to a small group of hardcore fans and Sean O'Malley's camp. While Merab might be eager for the fight because it appears to be a more manageable challenge, Lucas feels the bout is ultimately uninspiring and a poor choice for the UFC. He argues that the fight doesn't carry the intensity or excitement needed to make it a truly compelling event for the broader fan base.
Right? I mean, who was excited when Dana White announced that? Nobody wants this at all. The only people that want this fight are Schmitty and the boys, and, you know, O'Malley's team, his family. Merab probably wants it because it's an easy fight, but fans don't want it. It's just not interesting.
That's it for today's video, so what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Sean O'Malley will get his revenge? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out our other videos on the screen right now.